Imagine a scenario where you've experienced something very traumatic in your life, and you want very much for your friends to be there with you. You know they can't take away what has happened, but you need their presence. You need their accompaniment with you, and they're not. In fact, they abandon you. Then imagine that you see this group of friends again. What are you feeling? Perhaps you're feeling anger, resentment, betrayal, even bitterness. When we look at the story of Jesus, this is really what happened. Jesus had developed deep and intimate relationships with his friends, his disciples, and they abandoned him for the most part. But when he sees them again, when he comes and he approaches them after his resurrection, his response is pretty incredible. He extends to them the gift of peace. Not only in word, but he invites his disciples to touch his risen body, to experience intimacy with him. It says in the scriptures that he opens their mind to the scriptures. He gives them understanding. He helps them to know this word that he had been teaching them throughout this life, that they can make it their own and that they can share it with others. Jesus comes and gives the gift of peace. And he does the same for us. He encounters us. We too had turned away from him through our sin. We too had and have abandoned him at times. And yet the risen Lord is so in love with us that he comes and embraces us and invites us to touch him. He gives us the gift of the sacraments, where we can find a deep intimacy with him. He gives us the gift of knowing his word through the power of the Holy Spirit. And maybe amazingly, like the disciples, he calls us, as weak as we are, to be his witnesses, to witness to his death and resurrection to all the world. Let's be grateful today as we celebrate these Easter mysteries for the call of faith and the invitation to be his disciples.